Well, it's been a long and complicated trial that comes after a very intense investigation by police into a man that they described as one of the most dangerous criminals they've ever encountered. 41-year-old chef Stephen Port from Barking has been found guilty of murdering 4 men: Anthony Walgate, Gabriel Cavari, Daniel Whitworth and Jack Taylor, all found around 500 metres from his front door, all of whom he met on dating sites or hookup apps, all of which were killed by a lethal dose of the party drug GHB. Well, as I say, it's been a very complex investigation by police, one of the most complex they've had in their history. That's the line they told me. I've been taking a look at how the investigation unfolded.
In this quiet suburb of Barking, the crimes of a serial killer unfolded. None of them any further than 400 metres from his front door. The first body was found here on Cook Street, outside Stephen Port's flat on the 19th of June 2014. 23-year-old art student Anthony Walgate from Barnet died from an overdose of the party drug GHB. At the time, Port claimed he had found Walgate's body outside his flat. Later, he admitted to having spent time with him in his flat, a crime that he spent 3 months in prison for after he was found guilty of perverting the course of justice. The second body was discovered just over a month later, here in the graveyard of St Margaret's Church. 22-year-old Slovakian-born artist Gabriel Cavari from Lewisham was found by a dog walker. As another month passed, the same dog walker found the third body, again near the graveyard. 21-year-old trainee chef Daniel Whitworth from Gravesend in Kent. Both men killed from an overdose of the same drug. A fourth body was found just under a year later, 25-year-old Jack Taylor from Dagenham. The Met, who had originally been investigating the deaths separately, launched a major investigation shortly after the discovery of the fourth body. Murder detectives arrested Stephen Port on the 15th of October. Soon after the arrest, more details started to emerge, and Stephen Port was charged with several other crimes: 10 accounts of administering a poison, 4 accounts of sexual assault, and 7 accounts of rape. As the investigation triggered a wave of people coming forward to reveal abuse. He was accused of taking men back to his flat after meeting them on dating sites and hookup apps, before drugging them so that he could abuse them. During the trial, the jury heard how Port had planted a fake suicide note on the third victim, Daniel Whitworth, attempting to frame him for the death of the second, Gabriel Cavari. The Met have said Port was one of the most dangerous criminals they had ever investigated, a self-obsessed man who never showed a shred of remorse for the victims or their families. They also said with 2,000 exhibits of evidence, including 10 million pieces of data and thousands of man-hours, the investigation was one of the most complicated in modern history.
Well, the family of some of Stephen Port's victims say they are pleased by the verdict, some saying it has brought justice to their murdered loved ones and that it was the end of a very long battle. Earlier on, we heard outside the court from the family of Jack Taylor, the fourth victim of Stephen Port.
We have just come out of court and finally we have got justice for our Jack, and now we can let our Jack rest in peace.
Jack was a loving son, a brother, uncle and grandson, and brother-in-law and nephew, and a true inspiration to everyone that knew him. He was the life and the soul of our family. Our lives will never be the same, and we'd like to thank you all for showing an interest in our Jack, because he meant the world to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
There were 29 charges in all of which were denied by Stephen Port. In total, the jury has convicted Port of 22 offences against 11 men. 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of rape, 10 counts of administering a substance and 4 counts of sexual assault. We have been told that he has been cleared of 3 counts of rape. Now he is facing life in prison, as he is expected to be sentenced soon as one of the worst serial killers in a decade.